My mother never wanted to have children, but my dad did, and she silently obliged. So here I am. Nevertheless, growing up, she never forgot to remind me that I was not really wanted. Growing up as a little girl in a household with little love and care, I developed a big dream to be married, for a prince to come and whisk me away from this nightmare, to start my own family. And as I grew up into a young adult woman, that dream did not fade. It became stronger and louder. I needed a man to choose me, to make me a worthy woman, to show that I am worth love. And going through many failed what I learned, BGR today, dating experiences, they weren't willing to commit. So one day in my 30s, I met a man and he said he was willing to get married. And that's all it took. I was hooked and decided he was the one for me. But after years of dating, still no proposal. And I got more desperate, and hints moved to asking, and asking moved to begging, and begging moved to demanding. One day, I sent him a message, "This is the ring I want, just buy it." And by chance, I came across his bank statement, and I saw he actually bought the ring. Then we went on some romantic outing, a hike and picnic in the vineyards, and I was convinced, this is it, today is gonna be my day. We saw weddings and couples, photo shootings, and at the end of the day, we went home. And I was still very much unengaged. At home, I broke down sobbing. What is the point of this relationship? Why won't you choose me? Why am I not good enough? And during my breakdown somewhere, he collected this little box and threw it at me. Here you go. And in that box was the ring that I ordered. You happy now? Happy? This dream that I spent so many years feeding was now shattered in this moment of never becoming true, never to be redone again. And what followed was depression. And I felt empty. And I filled that emptiness with wedding planning. And our friends and family came. We said our vows. They gave us their blessings. And little did I know that a disappointed dream is not half as bad as living a nightmare. We moved in together after marriage, and till this day I don't know whether he changed or I just never noticed. He was cold and cruel, and he would disappear for days on end, and he lied and cheated, and there were so many things about him that I discovered that I could not say here today, probably without a defamation claim. And yet I stayed because I was so ashamed to admit to the whole world that just a mere few months after publicly pronouncing our love and marriage and happily ever after, that I had already failed. So I stuck around and wanted to make it work. I fled into yoga and philosophy and Buddhism and meditation, somehow to retain my sanity in this marriage and to fix it. And what I discovered was something called inquiry, something to question my most painful thoughts that were causing me suffering. My thought was, he does not respect me. And through the process of inquiry, I learned to turn that thought around. I do not respect me. And it took time to realize the profound truth of that turnaround. I do not respect me. And I learned how I could learn to respect myself. And my only way out was to leave. So my solution was, I just need to find a job very far away. Someone needs to give me a job, and then I will be gone. And that happened. I got a job, came to Singapore, and I thought all my problems would be solved. I had this employer choose me, right? And everything would be fine. But here I was in this faraway land as a foreigner, all alone, and my need to be accepted, to be chosen, did not go away. Pick me, want me, I want to be a friend. I'm trying to be or become someone that people would want to be with. And with time, I became an empty shell of my existence. But even though I had lost track of my practices, I had not completely forgotten them. How could please choose me become I choose me? So I had to remind myself and let that little voice in. Choose me, little by little. And that may have started with outer things, like buying a ring for myself, or choosing a dress like this one.
Ooh,
my mom would say, this does not look good on me. Thank you. And it started with these outer decisions, right? And when I was ready to start dating again, I created this checklist. What are all the qualities that I'm looking for? And with every date I went on, it was a choice who I wanted to be with. Then deeper questions followed, like, what kind of work do I want to do? What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to lead? And so there are not always easy answers to those questions. And with every choice came more bravery and pride. And I allowed that little voice, please choose me, telling myself to get louder. So ultimately, I quit my job and I also started my own business to do more of what I love to do. And it's not because the fear went away. It was doing it despite the fear. And I wish I could stand here today and say, oh, my life is perfect and beautiful, and I got it all sorted out. But that's not quite how it works. And that deep conditioning does not suddenly disappear. What I'm here to share with you today is that to be chosen is not the same as choosing. To be chosen feels good for a moment, but you're giving your power away to someone. And if they decide you're not it, well, then you're the victim and you're hurting. But to choose is empowering, right? And even if you get it wrong, it is a lesson. So if that's one thing that you can take away today, is that choosing is not the same as being chosen. So here I am, trying to live my life one better choice at a time. Thank you.
do not share